Hey, what's up? I'm Hype. I play games, make games everywhere. Today, we're gonna talk about playtesting your game. Finally finished making your game. Congratulations, that is huge. But now, maybe you need some improvements that you don't even know about. And this is where playtesting is fundamental. Getting people to play your game and watching how they play the game intensely. Maybe not that intense. Seeing where they get stuck, what they enjoy, helps you become a better developer. When I first started making games years ago in New York City, I took a Unity class and we had a teacher with multiple games on the App Store, made the top of the charts. He would talk about how he would go to Times Square, walk up to random people and ask them what they thought about his game. He would watch them play, see where they would get stuck, see what they can improve, take that feedback, make improvements on his game. I thought this concept was great, but it is easier said than done. I remember I was living in Vienna and I had just finished my game. I would walk around the downtown area and walk up to random people and ask them if they play games and if they would like to play my mobile game so I could make improvements. About 50% of the people said no. Sometimes things are an uphill battle, but I had people say yes, and I watched where they would get stuck. Things that I thought were easy were difficult for them, and it was a very interesting experience because while I can't go up and talk to random strangers, no problem, I prefer not to. The feedback was great. I've been making games with hypehype for the last 8 months. hypehype allows anybody to make games on their phone, tablet, using no code. I think I've made more games in the last 8 months than the last 2 years when I was making games for the App Store and the Play Store. If I was gonna make a game for the App Store, Play Store, that would typically take about 3 months. With hypehype, making games is different. You can just make one level, publish it, and get feedback. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go through the feedback because when I make games, I just like to make games, and people will leave comments on the games about certain things being too difficult, some things not working properly, and great job, fun game, wide range of comments. Speaking of comments, if you like this kind of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more notifications as I make and play games with hypehype. Let's go ahead and take a look. Open up hypehype. Go to my profile, select hypes. Here we have Fall Dudes 1, got about 7,000 plays. Here are the comments. Oof, I died when spikes appear. First obstacle is like a head cutter. Fall Guys, but about everything kills you. Too hard, kinda hard for me when the spikes appear. Let's take a look at these spikes. It's the first set of spikes. When you make a game, you are automatically a master at that game. So when other people play your game, they are not a master. For me, I know that I need to wait for when one of those goes down and then jump. But we could see in the comments, a lot of people were having trouble. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit easy, not too easy. So let's hit edit, turn the logic on, and now I'm gonna zoom in using my fingers. Love making games with hypehype. Jumping across seems to be difficult, so we're gonna make it a little bit easier by adding another row and deleting some along the way. To select multiple items, you tap on the screen and then you tap on the items you want to select. Hit that duplicate button and let's move this over here like this. It's kind of like a fourth row. Sometimes game development is like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I'm gonna make it a little bit easier, but not too easy. And that looks pretty good. Looks like I accidentally deleted the bottom floor. That's okay. You can just tap and hold and select, and delete this one. Let's play test it. Hopefully it's a little bit easier. Okay. And just go through the motions. It's important to play test your game over and over again because if you are not having fun playing your game, other people will not be having fun. I noticed that these all spin at the same time, so I've been meaning to change this, and today's the day. So it's a good thing I was playtesting because I would have forgotten about that. Now we need to find that object. Let's select the object. First thing I noticed is that the object has a white outline, which means it's not a reusable object and they're all their own separate objects. object. The difference between a reusable object is you can have one object, make a lot of settings to it, and then have multiple copies, whereas in 5 different individual objects, any changes I want to do, I have to do them individually. Upsides to both. I think I was making this game really fast on a live stream, so this worked for me at the time. Let's go in, take a look at this object. Vector transform. These all have a rotate of Z of -1. We're going to add a random node, and this random node will be minimum -1, maximum 1. On start, value per link, and then we can just go vector transform Z-axis. Cool thing with this, I can use this random node for all of these moving cylinders instead of creating it one at a time in each object, which I only know this because I was doing this the other day for something else, and then when I discovered this, it streamlined my work process. Vector transform Z, okay. And we're using on random value per link. That way each of these links get their own random number associated to them instead of the same one. Let's test it. This is definitely easier. Whoa, gotta watch out. Let's see, how does it look? It looks good. It looks like they're moving. There's a debug that shows you all the different vector transform numbers that have been associated to these cylinders. Looks great. Oh, we want the minimum to be -1. Actually, I'm going to do -1.5 and +1.5. Looking good. Let's take a look at the random values, and looks great. Let's go ahead and save it. Follow dudes 1.2, and this could kind of mark the update. Maybe I want to update this again in the future. Let's go and see if we can't update some other games. Cyberpunk Showdown. In this game, there is a bug, and if the space dude gets shot off, he disappears and then doesn't reappear. Originally, I didn't know how to fix this. Hypehype has weekly live streams where you can ask questions. They go over new features, cool games, game jams, challenges, and I asked Shogun help me fix this. We chatted about what could be causing the issue. It was these particles. That's because these particles are being destroyed. So we're just gonna destroy the destroyer so that the particles no longer get destroyed. Let's hit play. Let's test it. Hit again. Now the game is ready. Making Cyberpunk Showdown was a lot of fun. It was a remix of Shogun's Showdown shooting game. All I did was add more cyberpunk elements. This is a fun hype I made a couple months ago for hypehype's global game jam. It's just an animation of the world spinning with all these people on their phones. Wow, cool 99 out of 10. That's a good score. Such nice vibes. Add Farmer Og. I don't know who that is. I don't see the comment here, but VicVic91 must have been on the Discord channel, said it would be cool if you touched the characters and they danced. And I totally agree with him. When VicVic91 made that comment, I didn't know how to do this. A little bit of time has gone by, so let's make that change right now. Hit the edit button, hit cancel, and we're gonna need a couple of things. We're gonna need to be able to go to the character, add object touch, add a switch node. We need some dance settings, so if anybody touches characters individually, they start dancing, but we got no dance moves. So let's go to assets, visuals, and we'll type in dance. We got swing dance, get some samba. I've been recently trying to learn some bachata as it's easier than salsa. Latin dancing is kind of difficult for me. Back in the day, I used to be able to break dance, but now I got a bad shoulder, so I can still do the basic 6-step. I just can't do a turtle, do some flips, crisscross, make you jump. I remember when that song was brand new and we got the dance floss. You can see we have all these characters and they're dancing. What we needed was animation. We don't actually want these characters taking up space. We just wanted the dance move and put it into the animation category. So let's go back to Mr. Giraffe. On touch start, toggle on execute. When output on, rigged animation is set to swing dance. And when off, rigged animation is set to using the phone. Also, I'm gonna slow down the speed of the world. Looks like the giraffe is dancing when we touch it, and then if we touch it again, he'll stop dancing. Okay, now the phone needs to be connected to his hand. So let's go in, grab the phone, glue, and we'll do right hand. Object touch, start, toggle, execute, toggle, on start. rigged animation, animation, swing dance 1, went off, rigged animation, animation, use phone. I have over a dozen characters on this planet, but the upside is that this is really good practice to just understand how everything works in hypehype. Doing this over and over again just helps the muscle memory, remember how things work, so that if you need to use different rig animations on some kind of object touch in the future, as it came up yesterday, came up a couple days before, there's so many ways to do cool things in hypehype. It does take time to learn. Learning is repetition, practice. If you can teach yourself to learn, you'll be unstoppable. Okay, I did all of them. They all look to be dancing. I'm gonna go ahead and save it, hit publish. I made this game months ago, and there's been multiple updates since I made this. This one maybe like 5 or 6 months ago, but we can see that some of these triangles are just in the way of the ball, basically making this game unplayable. I need to go in, edit everything. Let's start with the triangles over here. Go distance 0.25, distance 0.25. Let's see if this helps. So it kind of helps, but we need to move this back a little bit. Same for this one. Looks good. Okay, so we got 2 done. Let's check out these. So these 4. Let's tap and hold. And we'll just move it back over here. See how that looks. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, next we got this guy over here. Move it like this. See how that looks better. Could be back a little bit more. These are small edits that I've just been pushing off with hypehype. You can keep going back to the games you've made months ago. This is a manual process, but it's so much better than learning how to code. At the end of the day, if you're making a game with Unity or whatever amazing software that is available, all these things take time, like lots of time, days, weeks, months. Here I can just go in, edit a game in a couple of minutes, and then it's good to go. The great thing about all of this is the more you do it, the better you get at it. Something that was difficult at first will eventually be easy. Put in the time and work. Try to improve. For me, this is the way. Let's test this. I think we're good to go. Oh, we gotta move the maze up to Y of -2 so we don't fly off the screen. Okay, some of these could be a little bit higher. At least now the game is playable. Oh, I don't like that one. That one's tough. Okay, so the top over here looks like it could be a little bit difficult. Let's test it again. Yeah. Gotta playtest. Playtest, playtest, get other people to playtest. Tap and hold to select multiple. It's a little bit. Let's see how that looks. Okay, looking good. Right here, I want to move these guys up a little bit. They just don't look. Oh no, that Spike. Okay, I'm gonna move that Spike too, because this has always bugged me. Let's move him here. And we can even duplicate this and move another one there. Here, we're gonna move these guys up a little bit. Now let's test it. And this game is complete. Let's go ahead and save it. What else we got? This is a ball bumper game I made. I got a message from Yoke who said that the timer and the level are kind of in the way on top of each other, which is not what we want. It's level 1. We got 13K plays. Let's go in, find the UI. Here we go, UI. Select this, hit edit, got level 1. Let's try this. Okay, so I think that actually looks a lot better. We're gonna go ahead and make these changes to all of these levels. I think I have 10. Get that there. Make this 1. Test it out. Looks good. So we got level 1. That was level 3. This is overall good practice to just be moving around in hypehype. This is basically like the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. You want to do this, learn it, repeat it over and over again so that you can just jump into hypehype and make these edits without even thinking. Right now you can see I'm trying to figure out, find the solution, but eventually I'll just have the solution. Let's hit play just to make sure it looks good. I always hit play and test it just to be safe. This was in all the levels. Didn't look great at the time. I think I was just trying to finish this game. Sometimes when you're making games, you just want to hurry your way through it. Hype makes it easy to just go back and update your games. Sometimes it just takes multiple months. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know where I was living when I made this game. I stopped keeping track a long time ago, and I just kind of go with the flow. Okay, where's the UI? Does this one not have it? Okay, this level doesn't have it. I'm gonna copy that. Looks good. Save. Let's go to this one, hit edit, paste. We got this UI, and now we can go in there. Level 7. All the levels have a consistent theme. On that level, I didn't have the gauge bar because it's a really short level. That was playtesting, editing in hypehype, going back to the games that I made previously and just updating them. This is a great thing with hypehype, having actual players give you feedback, listening, and then update your games. This cycle with the community is something game studios spend thousands of dollars on. Makes making games a lot of fun. So if you have any questions, comments, let me know below. Until next time, I'm Hypesy. Stay safe out there, and peace.